Euphoria star Dominic Fike feels the need to tell the crowd that he wants Amber Heard to beat him up.
This is what I've been saying.
I was looking.
What is
I was
this?
looking for like a more. It's the end of the trial. They're in closing arguments right now. Mary went to the courthouse today to talk to people about this. I was kind of looking for like a. I'm like, I want a retrospective and discuss like what does this really mean for our culture? What does Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard mean for our society? And you know what it means? It means nothing. It means nothing. It means stuff like this. So instead, we're going to talk about the ridiculousness of just culture at large when it comes to these topics.
Can I make one slight contrary opinion?
Yes.
Okay.
I am legitimately interested to see how the judge rules on this defamation case because I think defamation is one of the leading legal issues in our country these days because of the power of social media as well as individual platforms, right? And so this is boring legalese, but I would be really curious to see how this ruling is presented. Either way, no matter who wins, loses, or does nothing. But you're right. Like, none of us are going to wake up tomorrow different because of whatever happened between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Were you pumped that you got to use legalese in a sentence?
I could use legalese any day of the week.
Beautiful. Love it.
But, yeah. Anyways.
So it says Euphoria star and singer Dominic Fike has been called out by fans for making an insensitive comment about Amber Heard amid court case against Johnny Depp. At one of his recent shows, he said that
Is this insensitive?
Yeah, that he had fantasized about getting beat up by Heard. Several members of the crowd appeared to then boo him.
Sorry. Shows? Is he
He's an actor from the show Euphoria, and he's also a musician.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna be real with y'all. I actually think Amber Heard is hot, dude.
Yes, she's hot.
I know.
Whoa,
it's not a
groundbreaking
popular
opinion
opinion, and it's not the focus at the moment. But I've been having these visions of her where she's beating me up. I think it's hot.
Dude, nobody's saying she's not hot. That's the opposite of the not accurate opinion.
Like at this point, people are so attached to the idea that like everyone is beautiful or you're only beautiful based on what's on the inside that you have to like act like Amber Heard isn't beautiful
Also,
to say she's a bad person, which
absolutely.
is insane.
Is this insensitive? He's saying Amber Heard is so beautiful, I want her to punch me in the face.
Which is what she was saying the whole time.
That's what I've been saying is like my hypothesis for why did Johnny Depp tolerate her behavior for so long?
He's like, I don't really
yes,
like
there's such a thing as like psychological coercion, but come on, it's because she's hot.
Yeah.
Like, hello.
Why did Elon Musk pay off the ACLU?
Yeah. Like
what he's saying is not. It's like when
that's why I'm saying there's no power imbalance. She has the power.
There's a really funny episode of I don't was it Bones where somebody's like they're talking about like a boy and a girl in a relation like a teen like it's two parents like they have like kids together or like they each have their own kid and they're talking about their kids getting into relationships and one of them says like talks about their daughter and their boyfriend is like my daughter or her boyfriend got into it's Castle. He's like he got into Stanford when she didn't and I'm worried that that's changing the power imbalance in the relationship. And Beckett's like, well, she's a teenage girl in a relationship, so I think she still pretty much has all the power in that relationship, which is of course it's weirdly alluding to the fact that means that she controls the ability for him to become intimate with her. But I think
for
you're
explaining that, Dad.
Yes. Thank you for that. So it's, but then here's where it gets preachy. It says, irrespective of where you stand on the Heard versus Depp trial, fetishizing abuse is never okay. Fans called out.
Wait, I thought we were super open to everyone's their individual fetishes.
We are not supposed to kink shame.
Shaming Dominic Fike, whoever that is. By the way, everyone and their mother these days is a freaking Euphoria star. Like, get over yourself.
They had a huge class. Like, we should.
Why are there so many Euphoria stars? I don't even know who you are. Like,
we've forgotten the word star means someone who's extremely breakout successful.
Yeah.
Like he's a Euphoria
who
actor,
are you?
a Euphoria performer.
Perhaps they should have said Euphoria performer. It says, imagine if she's really an abuser. Imagine what that victim feels. This is insane, said one viewer. That's so insensitive. Fetishizing abuse is so messed up, added another. He is currently dating his Euphoria co-star, so another star, Hunter Schafer. The pair were first.
Who? Again.
So I mean, do you guys? So you're like, yeah, of course he wants Amber Heard to beat him up.
This is what I've been saying,
But
and I'm the bad guy for pointing it out, huh?
You're pointing out that people are weird about Amber Heard?
Well, just that her behavior has been tolerated and excused for so long, even by her own victim or alleged victim, Johnny Depp. because of how she looks. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like there's anything special about Amber Heard in her, like, inside that makes her capable of doing what she does to people. Like, it's just because she knows she's beautiful. She's beautiful. She knows she is beautiful, and she uses it to manipulate people.
Which is a tale as old as time.
There you go. Like, and if you're crazy, you're gonna have that, like, natural, like, temptation to manipulate on turbo mode.
Do we think that this guy's just trying to be like subversive and get attention, or like do we think that he's actually like so lame that
Like,
he's
what does this have to do with the music you're playing? Also?
Yes. Also, like, why are you fantasizing about Amber Heard beating you up? Like, that's so
yeah,
stupid.
Fantasize about somebody else beating you up.
Did he
dude.
think
Come
everyone
on.
was gonna, like, start cheering?
Is this supposed to be like one of these things where it's like cool to be slightly like emasculine in modern era that I just don't get?
Yes.
Where are the men from Top Gun? That's what I'm asking.
That's what we're talking about. The men who had to work out for like 6 months so they could film their beach volleyball scene that wasn't beach volleyball. So it
I
says,
love that it's still beach volleyball to you. You're like, I don't care what sport.
they actually
It's
gave
Top
him-
Gun. They played volleyball
they actually gave a name to the sport, but I don't remember what it was.
because it's volleyball.
It was football. Yeah, whatever. It was beach volleyball. We'll just call it that.
Beach
So it's-
volleyball players everywhere are flinching.
So, in more bad news for the lawyer who just can't catch a break, Amber Heard's lawyer interrupted by Amber Alert during closing arguments.
Yeah.
Also, like, if there was
We
ever
literally
a time
got
from-
the tornado warning.
It's
today.
incredible. It's incredible. So it says her lawyer was interrupted by an apparent Amber Alert as he made closing arguments during the blockbuster defamation trial between the actress and her ex-husband. Is that Rotterborn? Yeah, that's is it Rottenborn?
Rottenborn.
It's even worse. I would have changed it to Rotterborn just to make it slightly less awful sounding. Was summing up his client's case Friday morning when several cell phones began sounding the alert, causing a commotion in the courtroom. I literally am picturing them all going back to their like office and just slumping over and crying because they just can't catch a break with this.
Well, and then Amber Heard's gonna sue them all and be like,
It's a
you
bad
guys
omen.
didn't believe in me, and therefore it's your fault.
And Elon Musk is going to pay my legal fees.
Come
to
on,
sue you
Elon
guys.
Musk, wake up! You can do better than this.
He can absolutely do better than this. So, what if do you guys have any predictions? I am not one who I cannot bet. I cannot place money on it. But where do people, whether in the chat or where do you guys think this goes? Do you think he wins? And like you said before, what is winning
winning in this
really?
Yeah, it was never going to be, he gets $50 million in damages. We already knew that. So
what do you think happens?
I think he probably will get some money in damages. I
Some.
suspect. I don't know that he'll get the full 50. I don't think she gets anything.
No.
At all. There's
Interesting.
no way she's getting $100 million in this countersuit team.
So you think he will get some type of that? Like they'll settle out of court before a verdict comes down?
No, I think that the judge will rule that like she owes him money.
Okay.
I think so. I think the case has been strong enough. I didn't follow it as intensely as I followed some other bigger cases this year, but he was, I think, pretty able to prove that like there was real money lost from the brand deals and the movies and things.
Yeah.
Whereas like she tried to use the same argument and it was like, well, actually you got cut from Aquaman because you're awkward on set with everyone else.
They talk about Rottenborn came out swinging in his closing arguments with a powerful sentiment, namely asking the jury to think about what Johnny and his team are suggesting with their premise. And if you don't document abuse, it didn't happen. That's an interesting
I think
argument.
they're leaning so heavily on this domestic violence, like, but they, as far as I know, like there's no criminal case against Johnny Depp for abuse. Like
people are forgetting what they're actually arguing about.
Exactly.
Amber Heard's team has a couple of angles. It's either that she did not say anything about Johnny Depp in the op-ed or insinuate anything about him in the op-ed, or that she did insinuate things about him in the op-ed and they were true.
Well,
those are the angles you've got.
And like we have to remember that defamation is a legal standard, so it means that you're making you're knowingly making false statements to hurt someone, either hurt their reputation, and usually that's for financial loss. And like I think that like it's almost impossible to not believe that like although they probably had a toxic and very volatile relationship, Johnny Depp does not appear to have, there's no solid evidence that he committed any true domestic violence against her, and he did prove that he lost money as a result of this op-ed, which she published knowing that. So like it's just very hard for me to think that like, again, I wouldn't call it a win, but I think that like there is likely to be some compensation in his favor. I don't think that their case isn't going to get thrown out. There is going to be a ruling. I don't see her benefiting from any of this in any way. I think the world will lose their mind if somehow he gets nothing and she gets something.
I think he wins either
Riots.
way. I think
maybe, or just like it will seem very strange because there have been a lot of like domestic violence advocates who have been like, we thought we sided with Amber Heard, but actually we do not because of the audio clips that we've heard, which is irrefutable evidence.
I brought those up to the Amber Heard.
The members of the Heard?
The Heard heads. the Heard members.
Oh, by the way, people, tomorrow there will be an episode of Cast Castle, the vlog going up, in which my lovely co-host goes and talks with the people at the courthouse, right?
Yes. I did not expect to come across Amber Heard supporters like anyone almost.
What did they say?
I even brought up the clips. Like, what do you make of the clip where she says no one is going to believe him if he comes out as a survivor of domestic abuse? And then
my favorite on the ground reporter.
It's just like complete, like, they weasel their way out of it. It's just...
What are their justifications for support? Should we just wait and save for the video?
Guys, you'll have to check out the vlog tomorrow.
It was a very convoluted explanation that this one person went into.
Mental gymnastics.
And I respect that they're willing to like be in the minority on this and speak their minds freely, whatever. It's just very far-fetched.
So it says...
They even predicted that they think like she will win, which is insane to me.
I think that even if he was to lose, he wins either way because he's got so much public support that he's going to start getting the money he'll get making movies again will outweigh what he'll make in this trial anyways.
Yeah.
With his name now, like if Kevin Spacey can still be making movies, then somebody can hire Johnny Depp to do like a Pirates of the Caribbean knockoff just to screw Disney.
Or like he could be the face of whatever came. I think Dior was the only brand that he was the face of that stuck by him. Like
the Heard turrets. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So it says it said he also it said Rottenborn went on to list the other implications he believes JD is outlining, including if you did tell people it's a lie, you did document injuries, they're fake. If you tried to help your spouse, you were actually sabotaging them. Rottenborn says that they're dangerous ideas that try to cement with a verdict. They are dangerous ideas that are trying to cement with a verdict, and that they have a broader negative impact on domestic violence victims. But the broader implications aren't the point of this case, right? So they keep trying to make it about like what it could mean for everyone else.
But that's to distract the jury. It's to like make them feel like if you don't at least sympathize as somewhat and reflect that in your ruling with Amber Heard, then you are putting other people at risk, which is like not true. All you have to do is say, did Johnny Depp lose money? Did she knowingly make false statements with the intention of hurting his reputation? Which is, to me, yes, but...
And this is the other one I wanted to point out. It says, it's interesting to point out, as many of you know, domestic violence doesn't have to be beatings. It certainly can take shape in other ways, including emotional, verbal, that's kind of what Rottenborn is saying here. She might not have the smoking gun documented, but what she does have on tape still supports her claims of abuse and backs up her account as a victim. They're referring to the cabinet incident where like he like him breaking the cabinet, where we talked about the other day, where the TMZ reporter, and then she recorded it herself, and like he's like she's on tape going like like after
also like that's not proof of anything.
No, it is not.
That's just proof of him being
bad with furniture.
Well, of him being upset, like
displaced anger.
Okay.
So, and that's funny because I've seen this example in television shows all the time, where you'll see show like where like a door has a punched in hole, and that's supposed to be like a visual cue for a bad marriage, right? Where it's like they didn't fix it, or they put like a painting over it, or like a piece of art over it.
If he threw a punch at her and she ducked, then that's a sign of a bad marriage.
Yeah, well, it's very different.
But that's not what happened here.
Also, like, you know, little kids slam their doors when they go up to their rooms. Like, this is something that people do. I'm not saying that, like, it can't appear aggressive in some certain situations, but, like, I just think that, like, to be like, yes, here is one example, while we have, like, 50 on the other side of very clear verbal and emotional manipulation, like, okay, yeah, there's all kinds of domestic, like, to be like, there's, you know, abuse can appear in a lot of ways. Please ignore the ways my client presented abuse. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems like they're struggling. I really don't think... I feel bad for this defense team because it just seems like she has never been a very helpful client.
No, she's been kind of the opposite of helpful as far as this case goes. You guys will have to, by the time our episode airs Monday, the verdict will have, I mean, I'm assuming they're going to get the verdict today, right? They were in closing arguments, or they're
It depends on jury deliberation, right?
So if the verdict does come down today, we'll talk about it on Monday and kind of, then we'll close out what this case is.
Well, at least over the weekend, it should be.
Well,
they don't make
it should be enough time for them to think it over, you know.
You would hope that they come to their conclusion by Monday or so. So we'll hopefully have that discussion on Monday and see what that happens. There were super chats though. There were some.
Yes. Pablo Martinez says, "How about we talk music? Depeche Mode's longtime founder passed away."
That made me so sad.
I don't really like Depeche Mode. Sorry.
No, I have a very fond memories of a lot of Depeche Mode. One thing's really interesting in the song "Precious" from 2005. It's like one of the only songs they've ever made where they actually have described what it means, and they usually, like, Gore does not usually give descriptions to like what those songs mean. But I have like very vivid memories of listening to that song like when I was going through rehab, so I have like a strong connection to a lot of Depeche Mode, and I guess I don't really like. It's always hard to do the when people pass away, right? Because then like you wanna like eulogize and talk about a lot of their stuff. But if not everybody there is a big fan of their work or something like that, that can be harder to do. But I do recommend going and listening to Depeche Mode when this episode is over. So.
1,000 Foot Deep End has an idea for a meme, a meme, if you will.
Oh, a meme.
Johnny Depp's the one guy that could have used an Amber Alert, but
was that insensitive? I don't know if that's considered insensitive. Are we being insensitive? Like,
well, if it is, deal with it. Also, somebody said, "Mary, calm down, girl." No,
absolutely not.
I don't even know what that's referencing, but no.
But Mary refuses to calm down. Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.